Oh, yeah, no, no, Alan. No, Alan.
Hello, good evening, guys.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
Thank God.
We're fine, thank you.
You're good.
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we are here brand new week. We are moving ahead with the classes. So let me ask, how many of you were able to do the video introduction? At least, I'm sure you may have gotten one or two ideas from the link I sent in the group. Tell me, talk to me.
I've recorded mine. I'm just going to edit it, then send to you, or just upload on the profile, whichever you prefer.
Awesome. I'm like, well done. Anybody else?
I've done as well and uploaded. I'm now in 100.
Okay, that's good. So your profile completeness is 100 now.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Well done. Anybody else? Something?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I've not done my video, but my profile is up to 100% now.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So I see that quite a good number of people have actually, done their video and will soon be uploaded already. So that's a good place to start from. At least it shows that by the time you start applying for jobs and clients are looking over your profile, some of them may just make an informed decision at that point and just tell themselves, okay, this person, I can only see the profile picture, but then they go further and then they see, oh, they have a video of them, like themselves talking. Let me hear how fluent they talk, if they have accent, if their speeches are really good, if they're audible, if they smile when talking, because the truth is, as most times you can tell if someone is in a happy mood just by the way they talk, and you can tell if someone is may not be so happy, if from their speech. So client just looking at your video, just short 40 seconds, 50 seconds, 30 seconds, we just give them an impression that, okay, even though I've not interviewed this person, this video is just like something that I can use to judge. So it means if there are lots of other people who have applied to the same job, and maybe, say for example, 15 people applied or 20 people applied for the client job, and the client is going through each and every person that applied, they would tend to, that is, if it's a client that takes time, to go through each of the profile, they would most likely screen those people out who don't have video proposals. But, well, it depends, but I'm just looking at it from a client point of view. I would say, okay, I've heard like this person speak, and they speak fluently, they're audible. It looks like they can either be on the phone support, email support, chat support, I would most likely go with them than someone who doesn't have. So it's like an edge you have over probably people who don't have video introduction. So that's great. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. So let's proceed. Let me share my screen so that we can see some of the things we have for today. Okay, where is that? Okay, guys, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
can.
We can see, sir.
All right, guys. So we will just look at each of them one by one. And the first one says, make sure you are providing authentic personal data. Of course, make sure that everything about you is in there. Most clients may not really check. I'm like, but then if Upwork sometimes want to verify their people and you're not able to provide authentic data, most times the account is closed down. So, and that makes you lose the account. And if you've earned any money in the account and they flag you, then you know you just worked for nothing. So just provide the authentic data, the personal data, and then it's good. Then your Upwork profile needs to be 100%. Yes, we talked about that, and I see that a good number of people, have actually done that, and that's good. That's good. And number three, make sure that you've taken the Upwork readiness test. When I was creating an account, we did this test, but recently I have not seen them make it mandatory for people creating accounts now. I don't know why, but then that would not stop us from going ahead to create accounts, to proceed to apply for jobs, and do any other thing that we want to do. Then number four says take skill tests that are relevant to your job profile. That's like certifications or free courses on Udemy. Like anything that would help, in the process of you becoming a better person and that can add to your profile, that would be awesome. 5, make sure you have only one Upwork account. Of course, it's good to have only one Upwork account because you can't be two persons in the same platform. And even though somehow, I think Upwork will get to realize even though you use different emails, they'll get to realize that. And then number 6 says find a client to hire you via Upwork. Yes, I think that is what we do today, I believe. Join an Upwork agency, not really. I don't think that's in this particular. Then build your profile around skills in man, still not 20 plus. So we've talked about 1 to number 4, number 5. So we'll go ahead to number 6, find a client to hire you via Upwork. So let's go to Upwork and let's look at some jobs that are okay, with what we currently do. So let me share my screen for that. Okay. Can you still see my browser? Or am I still seeing the PDF?
We are seeing the
We can
PDF.
see it.
Okay. Let me go to well, hold on, please. Right. Give me a minute now. Thank you. I'm actually trying to sign into my Upwork account so that we can actually go through some of the jobs that will likely I'm like good. And that falls on my beginner job description. All right. So I'm still with you guys. Still with you guys. I'm almost there. Okay. All right. So let's come here, stop sharing and share this screen. Okay, I guess you can see my screen now, right?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Oh, okay, guys. Okay, so this is my Upwork profile, and I'll just take some time to go around how the environment works. By the time you're done creating your account and it gets to 100%, this is what most likely your homepage will look like. And when you log into your account, and you'll be able to see your profile here if it's 100%, how many connects you have. Now, what connects means is connect is like a fee you pay to apply for for jobs on Upwork. So if you want to apply for a job on Upwork or you're trying to submit a proposal on Upwork, you use Connect. So it's kind of their medium of payment for applying for jobs. So it means if you don't have Connect, you may not be able to apply for jobs. And I think on a monthly basis, they get to give some good number of Connects, and then you can even buy Connects if you want. So like we know, my Upwork is a place where we have my buyers who are looking for people to do work, and then we have freelancers like you and I who are looking for work to do to earn money, for our daily living. So this is how the homepage looks like, and that's what Connect is. So far so good. I have 70, and I think if you want to apply for a job on Upwork, I think some jobs take as low as maybe 4 connects, and then sometimes it can be 6 or 8 connects, depending on how many connects you have. So that's that. Now, this is the homepage for Upwork, and it is always default for find work. So if I come here, I can see all the job listings for clients who have put up their jobs for people to do. This one says my $5 for 5 minutes. It's a one-time task. This one says e-commerce virtual assistant, English/Spanish. So this person is actually looking for someone who is fluent in both English and Spanish. They are saying they can pay the person between $7 to $12, depending on how expert you are. Although they are looking for entry level, but then the more experienced you are, the more you would go towards the $12 range per hour. And they are looking to work for more than 6 months, which means it's above 6 months. And you'll be able to do work for 30 hours per week. And they posted this thing 2 hours ago. So far, so good. They've had between 10 to 15 proposals. There's people who have submitted their proposals for this particular job, e-commerce and special assistant, but they need 3 people. So you can see the number of freelancers needed, 3. So, and since they posted it like 2 hours ago, I'm even surprised because sometimes if a job is posted like 2 hours, 3 hours ago, you get to see that the proposals sometimes can get to as much as 50. But then I think there are a limited number of people who are on Upwork who are fluent in English and Spanish. And that's why even if 2 hours has gone by, they only have 10 to 50 people who have applied. Well, like the good thing is they're looking for 3 people, so it's good. This client is domiciled in the United States. So far, so good. They've spent $80,000 on Upwork all through since inception, since they started. They've paid freelancers a total sum of, and if I put my cursor here, it says 4.94 stars based on 45 feedbacks. Now, the maximum stars you can get is 5 stars. That's like the very best. It means that this client actually is not like one that is how do I put it now? Is not a client that actually gives so much bad feedback. So you do good work for them, they grade you in terms of stars. So like so far so good on all the 45 feedbacks that she's given. The total, if you had to get the average, she has given an average of like 4.94 stars out of 5 stars, which is a good thing because 1, they're in the United States, 2, they spend over 80K, they give people quite good ratings, and they even employ a good number of people. So it's a good one for them. So we have English customer service agent. This person is in Holland, the Netherlands, and you see their payment is verified. Now, before I proceed, I just want to, like we started already, let us go through these, like I've just been saying. Now, on Upwork, I'm like just like everywhere else. They are the good guys and they are scammers who put out these jobs out there. Maybe I'm like scammers who are trying to hack your system, or scammers who are trying to pay you, who are trying to get money out of you to get a job. Yes, I've experienced something like that before. Please, for anybody who is saying pay money and I'll give you this work, just know it's a scam. I've encountered that thing so many times. They are always scams. So it is the employer who is supposed to pay me, not me paying them to get a job. I mean, if I've gotten experience, I built a profile and I'm applying for the job, you're supposed to pay me if you feel I'm good enough, not me paying you. So those are some of the things I look out for. The other things I look out for, like for example, is I tend to look if this client's payment is verified by Upwork. So this shows that this particular client's payment method is verified and they always pay, so it's a good sign. That's number one. Shows that they're not a scammer. Anybody who has spent $80K or dollars on Upwork since the time they joined Upwork, who is an employer till now, it means that it's a credible person and they are in the United States. Now, it doesn't mean that every other employer or client whose locations shows United States is actually legit. I've encountered people who their location shows United States, but they are trying to rip you off, and there are lots of them like that. But then with this experience that I'm teaching you, like you'll be able to separate the good guys from the bad ones. So I'm like, moving forward, yes, they have a verified payment. They've spent quite a lot on Upwork. they give very good ratings, which is good. If I see a client who has a payment, I'm like verified, I'm like status, I spent, I'm like this much on Upwork, and maybe the average rating they give people is 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5. Even though they spend so much, I will likely, well, it depends on how much the average is, because of course we all like money. But then, if I see that they've given 1 or 2 star rating, I would already know that this client is probably a hard person to work with, because there's no way you tell me you work with 45 people, which is giving 45 feedbacks, and every one of them is bad. At least, even if you've worked with 45 people, 1 or 2 people, or 10 people, or 5 people would have done excellently well. Then maybe the remaining 30 would have done well. But then, if I see like 1 or 2 stars out of a lot of people, I know the client is, will I say, is stingy with giving good feedback, especially if the person has done it very good. And having not so much of a good feedback, or like average feedback, is not so good, because if the review the client will give you would actually show on your profile. And if you have other clients who are coming in, who are looking through your profile and seeing your reviews, I'm like 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5, most likely they may want to drop back and go for those who have 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, guys.
We do, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly. So I would most likely, go with like people that have good stars. And then of course, they must have spent, even if they've not spent much, but at least it shows that they have a verified payment, because you can't tell if the person is a new person or not. So if they're if it's a new employer on Upwork, you don't expect to see that they've spent so much. But at least you would know that they are from a tier 1 country. I'll tell you this from experience, and I'm not trying to hate on any country. For all the proposals I've submitted, which is quite a lot, the people who are actually good guys and who you can kind of trust are people from tier 1 countries. I mean, like the US, the UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and all those are like tier 1 countries. If I see a job description from maybe Botswana, or maybe from an African country, I'm not trying to hate on them, but then most times, either their rate is low, or they will stress you so much that sometimes they try to rate you off. And this is based on my own personal experience. I'm talking from my own personal experience. So yes, there are other places that actually pay high, like at UAE, that's United Arab Emirates, like China, like Singapore. These maybe tier 2 countries. Yes, they actually do pay well too, and you would actually see it from how much they've spent, and then from the rating. But most likely, maybe because I've been there for quite a while, I'll most likely filter or go for people in tier 1 countries, because they don't really have issues. And why I say that is because, now take for instance, like this person is in the US and they have spent, and their hourly rate is like 7 to 12 hours. Now, for them there, it may be a low rate to work, because of the high standard of living there, and maybe at the minimum wage. But for us here, it's quite a lot. So like something that looks too little for them there is quite a lot for us here. So it's a good sign. So yes, I'll go with payment verified and all this. Then if we keep going further, like this one says, English customer service agent, $8 to $10 per hour. They want to work 3 to 6 months, less than 30 hours a week. They posted it 5 hours ago. People who have submitted this proposal or bids for them are between 20 to 50. This guy is from Holland, so you can see, this is also like a tier 1 country. Their payment is verified. You can see this is 4.97 based on 107 people that have worked feedbacks, which is very good. They didn't put the amount they've worked with. I'm like, which is not really a problem. I'm like, but then it shows that these guys, actually people that I can work with. Let's open one and see. Let's see this Netherlands guy. Okay, now you can see this is between 5 to 15. They've spent just $900 and their payment is verified. Let's look at what this guy wants. All right, let's move. So now this person and he posted it like 58 minutes ago. Now this person is looking for a customer service rep. And if they say you're looking for a dependable and customer-centric individual to join our e-commerce team as a customer service rep, and their role will involve handling customer inquiries and delivering support through mail, answering comments on questions on social media. So their own does not involve anything that concerns phone call. You answer via the mail, and you reply people who have questions on their social media handle. Then they say we will launch in 2 months, so our customer inquiries will be low from the beginning. So we anticipate needing approximately of your daily commitment. That's the freelancer's commitment. However, as our business expands, we foresee an increase in email traffic. So it means as time goes on, there will be more work to be done. This might eventually lead to a full-time requirement. The key responsibilities are, you address customers' inquiries with professionalism. That's where the whole thing comes in. So if you're going to be interviewed by them, you know that you have to have that good level of confidence and professionalism. Assisting customers with shipping updates. Of course, since they are an e-commerce company, you assist customers with shipping updates, refunds, and returns. All these things they will still get to teach you. But then they are saying they want someone, who is dependable and is customer centric. Then we say I'm answering comments and questions on their social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Yeah. Their requirements: the person must be fluent in English, written and spoken, of course. They must have a previous experience in customer support for sure. And they say preferably within an e-commerce setting. Now, it doesn't mean that if you have not worked in the e-commerce section that you can't apply. No. You may even be more preferable than someone who has worked in the e-commerce section. If you have a good level of experience handling customers, if in your proposal or in your bid, they see that you don't even have some basic things like typo errors. No employer wants someone who is replying customers via email or in the chat section of Facebook or TikTok and is making errors while typing. They don't want that. So it is not necessary that you must have worked in an e-commerce setting, but then they are saying it gives you an edge. Strong interpersonal communication skills, problem-solving abilities, of course. Experience with Gogas is a must. I've heard about these Georgias, but I don't know what it does. So I'll tell you what I likely do in this case. Since I have seen experience with Georgias in a must, if I was going to apply for this job, the first thing I'll do is I'll just go to YouTube and type this keyword. I don't even want to go to Google or anything. I'll just go straight to YouTube and type the keyword Georgias, and I'll just see. So I can see Georgias versus Zendex. What's the best help desk? So I already know, of course, it's a CRM tool. That's a customer relationship management tool. Now this guy says overview and demo. Shopify is number 1. I'll watch this video. That is what I would do if I was going to apply for the job. I'll watch this video. I'll see how the interface looks like. I'll take down notes. I'll watch maybe like 1 or 2 of it. I'll come back to this and say I have some good level of, that is when I'm trying to compose my proposal. I'll say I have some good level of experience with Georgias. I've not worked with it before, but then watching YouTube videos can help me answer some basic questions that they may like to ask. So I will do that. They say familiarity with Shopify. Shopify is an e-commerce platform, and other e-commerce platforms is advantageous. Advantageous doesn't mean that you cannot apply, or if you don't know it, you still can't apply for it. Then they said capacity to work autonomously and remotely. If you're someone who is driven by customer satisfaction and dedicated to providing top-tier support, we are eager to hear from you. Kindly submit your proposal outlining your relevant experience and expressing your interest in this role. From all what they've said, now they're looking for an intermediate person. That's like a person who is not expert, but he's not a beginner. So they're just saying, and you work for more than 6 months, more than 30 hours per week, and this is the range between which you can apply for this job. So if you do anything higher than that, most likely they will just screen you out. Remember, they have 20 to 50 people who have hired for this job, who have submitted proposal for this job. So if you say maybe 18 per hour, you already know you didn't follow their guidelines. So that's out, even though you have a good cover letter or proposal or bid. You don't want to go above. Some people use this strategy of saying they want to go below, but I would not advise it. It may make the client feel like, oh, this person is going below because they feel that if they go lower, I'll most likely pick them because I'm looking for the cheapest option. But some clients don't think like that. So they put this hourly rate for a reason. So if I was going to apply for a job, I'll put say like $8 or 9 or 10. So it depends. So they've listed out all the things they want from this person. The only thing that I know that I would actually get to look out for is this guy. And I've gotten it on YouTube. So I'll just watch the video and I'll take time to craft that nice proposal. Now, we've looked at all they want. Let's go beyond. Now, they said the project type is ongoing, which means even after the 6 months, it will keep going on. Of course, we have 20 to 50 people who have submitted for this job. And the last time the client viewed these people is 41 minutes ago. They've not interviewed anybody, they've not sent invites, nothing. They are just going through to look at the number of people who have submitted. And remember, it's just an hour ago. So sometimes they may give it quite 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, depending on what they want. Say, okay, at the end of half a day, I'm coming back. Oh, 50 people have applied. Now let me start going through them one by one. Start vetting. Oh, am there anybody who applied more than $50 per hour? Out. Oh, am there anybody who has typo errors? Out. They start screening, and taking out people until maybe they get to a particular level. Now, if you want to see more about this client, it means that for them, they have some jobs that other people are doing for them in progress. And you can see this client is, actually good, 5 stars, and this is the one they just posted now, which is an open job. So, like I mentioned earlier, to send a proposal for this job requires 16 connects. Remember, I showed a place where I had 70 connects. And I said connect is like a fee in Upwork's world where you have to pay via connects to have a chance to get this role with this person. So it says the number of connects, it has actually increased. I think before, the max used to be like 8 connects, 7 connects, 5 connects, but now I'm seeing as much as 16 connects. So it means I have the available number of connects to apply for this job, which makes me, good. And of course, we know that they're in the Netherlands. And they have other stats there that says, okay, they've hired 4. Okay, they have 4 hires and 2 are active, and they've been here since 2015. For someone who has been on Upwork since 2015 and they've spent only $990, yeah, they spent only $990. It means they don't really get so much from Upwork, but it doesn't mean that you still can apply. And then you can actually see, okay, maybe sometime in 2015 they spent 120, sometime in 2016 they spent 100, which means since that time to now, they do not really come to Upwork to look for people like that. But then, since they are coming on board now, and they're saying, oh, we want someone who can do the job for us. Oh, well and good. Let's proceed to doing it. So if I was to apply for the job now, this is what I would do. I would just come here and say, apply now. Or maybe I have lots of jobs and I don't want to apply now. I can say save job. So it means I'll go back to it later and apply for it. But I want to apply for it now. I come to apply now. Let's see what comes up. So it shows you need to submit a proposal. So it's telling me that this to submit this on my proposal, they take 16 connect fee out of my 70 connect, which will leave me with 54 connects remaining. So they're just telling me if I submit for this, I'll have this number of connects remaining. So this is still the job listing, which is today, 1 hour ago. And then I'll come to this part where it says terms. And then it says, what is the rate I would like to bid for this job? My profile rate is saying $8 per hour. That is what I set on my profile while I was creating my account. But the client's budget is saying between 5 and 15. So I can say, okay, I don't want to go with my profile budget, even though it's $8 per hour. I want to go with 10. Yes, I have some bit of experience, and the client can go through my profile and see, I want to go with 10. So it means because of Upwork's $10 fee, which they take, at the end of the day, I'll receive 9 per hour. Now, if I go with 10, it is here I'll now type what I want the client to hear from me. All the things I have to say to make him go ahead with choosing me. At this point, is there any question anyone would like to ask, please? I'm like, am I too fast? Am I too slow? Is there something you don't understand? Please let me know, guys. Anybody? Okay, so that means I'm like, so far so good. I'm like, you guys understand all that I've been saying?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm only getting response from one person.
I'm with you, sir.
Okay, so that means you don't have any questions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So, let me hold on for me. Okay. No. I'm still with you there. Okay. Okay. Like, so far so good. I've gotten to this point. I've seen these. I've clicked on submit. I've put my rate. I want to see, even though the client can still go to my profile and see that, oh, my normal rate is 8, but then for his job, I'm putting 10. He can actually see, because he can go to my profile and see, he can still come to this, to his own job listing and see, oh, like I put 10. Which is not a bad thing, since I know his budget is between 5 and 10 per hour. So I get to this point where I want to write a cover letter. Now, in writing a cover letter, there are things that you must know. I'll tell you this. The first line, or the first 2-3 lines you write in your cover letter is what will make the client or the employer want to click. Remember, these people are people who may not have a lot of time to go through these things. And as you saw with like this one now, they have 20 to 50 proposals, which means there are lots of proposals out there. they have to open one by one. So you want to make it catchy when you're writing your first few lines so that they know, okay, I'm seeing the first line. Okay, I'm gonna go with it. I'll give you an instance. Let me open my mail and show you something. Just of course, really thought it done start. Okay, I'm still with you. Okay, now when like we have 50 people who are submitting my proposals to client. Now this is how it comes to them. The first person, this, he hasn't opened it to read. He's just seen the first line. And the second person this, the third person did. So you want the very first thing he's seen to be catchy so that he can actually click on it to open. So that's what we trying to achieve here. So you actually want it to make sense. Now, if I was going to apply for the job, this is what I would do. I would say, hi. Now, let me see if there's anywhere this client put his or her name, anywhere at all. Let me see, so that I can represent them with their first name. If I don't see, then I'll just proceed like that. Okay. Let me see. Postal BA. Okay. I'm not sure of the client's name, so I don't want to make guesses at this point. So I'll just proceed. I can say hi. I can say hi there. Now, because I want this to be catchy, and another thing we need to look at is if I am an employer, what are the things I want to see that this person would actually like, that would attract me? So what I can just type, or what I usually type is, wouldn't wouldn't you like to have the best? I'm typing this freely, so let's see how this goes. Wouldn't you like to have sorry, wouldn't you like to have the best hands in customer service up for you? And I put a question mark. Now, it's like a question. So it means if they get to see that first line, they may say, okay, best hands in customer service. Let me see what this person has to say. Then we get to click on to open the full proposal. And like, I told you, like I showed you how it comes out. If there are 50, it just comes out one like that. So you want the first line to be catchy. So I can say, wouldn't you like to have the best hands in customer service work for you? Then I can now proceed to say, on your job posting, you stated that you need an active and experienced customer service rep who will adequately respond to your emails. and answer and provide the right answers to your social media and provide the right answers to your social media handles. Now, this is saying, okay, I can say in your job posting. That is it. Am I correcting me? And if who will adequately respond to your emails and provide the right answers to your, let's say, to your prospective customers via the social media handles. Okay. So I'm saying hi there. And I would you like to have the best hands in customer service work for you. Your job posting is certainly that you need an active and experienced customer service rep who will adequately respond to your emails and provide the right answers to your customer, but to your prospective customers via social media handles. Well, I cannot say, well, look no further. Here I am. I can proceed to say, with skills and experience and experiences I've gathered over time. I believe I will not only perform excellently at the job role, but I will also bring a lot of creativity to your team. Now I know that they have other people who are possibly working with them. So I want to take time and I want to be sure that I'm actually saying the right words. Which means, apart from the fact that I have experience, I'm also a team player. And because of the skills I have, I'm bringing these skills to not only help the company, but then I can also have a positive impact on the team over, okay, this is, I've gathered over time. Yeah. In the job, okay, this is for the job. So it means that when in the listing of the proposals that come, if there are 50 people, 100 people, the first thing he's going to see on that line is possibly maybe this. Probably that's the first thing he will see. Or he will likely see this. Maybe somewhere that stops, maybe somewhere here. Now, I'm looking at it from an employer point of view. If I come across a proposal that says, wouldn't you like to have the best hands in customer service and I work for you? I'm thinking, best hands in customer service. Who are you? You know, what qualifies you to be best hands in customer service? And they want to click on it and then open it up, and then they get to see all that I've written. Now, at that point, they can decide to go with it. They cannot decide to go with it. But I've achieved the first aim of them clicking and letting 49 other people wait while he goes through my proposal properly. Do you get what I'm trying to say, guys?
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I didn't get that, please.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that when if 50 people submit my proposals, it comes out like this. I'm a number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, up to 50 like that. So he's just having like a preview of what each person has said. He's not seeing the full detail. So it is at that point that you want to make this particular first line catchy. Okay, it says, I'm like Raphael. I'm like, hi there. I'm this. I'm like, I'm like Rachel. I'm this. Alex. I'm this. You know, each person is having one. There are 50. It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot for him. And he may not have so much time to want to go through it. So you want to make sure that the first thing he sees, maybe if it's this first line, or if it's this first line he sees, is catchy. So that he would have that opportunity to want to click on it. Now, when he clicks on the first, let's say I'm like on your own, remember it's taking time to go through your own, which means we have, if there are 50 people who apply, it means there are 49 others who are waiting for him to actually go through theirs too. But then he's taking time to look at your own proposal. And why did he click on your link first? Because the first line is catchy. He's asking himself. Now, it's me putting myself in the shoes. I'm an employer. I am asking myself, I'm like, what qualifies him like this guy to say he's the best hand in customer service? For what? Who are you? Okay, I want to know why he actually made this statement. I'm going to click on it. He clicks on your proposal. He has to read all this. Which means at that point, you are the center of attention to him now. He's taking time to go through. And if he's taking time to go through, you want to make sure that you are actually hitting the nail on the head. And imagine if, as he sees, I'm like this preview now, he sees I'm like something like this. Or he sees I'm like typo. I'm like, because you copied this from somewhere and you pasted it there. Immediately he sees this in the preview, BST, he's asking himself, I'm like, what is BST? Oh, this person can't even spell. I'm like, customer service well. He just ignores that and then he moves on. These are the things we really, really want to avoid. And this, I know there are lots of people, I know there are lots of people who just, they have already written proposals, which is not a bad idea. It's very good. It's just that each job description is unique. So even if you copy and paste, you want to tailor it to what the client actually wants. So I would undo all this. So you can see if his name was I'm like Felix, I won't do this. I will do this. I am emphasizing this because these are some of the things they look out for. You don't want to be caught because of some very little details, you know. So I've said, hi there, wouldn't you like to have the best hand in customer service work for you? In your job posting, you said that you need an active and experienced customer service rep who will adequately respond to your emails. Remember, he didn't mention anything full. He said he just wants someone who will respond through email and asking questions on social media. That's the only thing. Finish. He's not asking for any other thing. Those are the two things. And he wants someone who's fluent in English, written and spoken. It is from this here now he will know if you are proficient in English. So I'm just saying, and I answered straight. I'll respond to your emails, which is what you asked for. Provide the right answers to your customers on social media. Finish. I'm not adding any other thing. I'm experienced in this. No. I will do this and I will do that. Finish. And then I go, and then I say, well, I'm a little more further. Here I am. I'm like, with the skills I've gathered over time, I'll not only perform excellently, I will also bring creativity to the team, and then I proceed. You can look at the spacing I'm keeping. I'm not clogging it up. So that when he opens it, he doesn't see everything clogged up together like this. You get? Now he's having to think, okay, where's the first line? Okay, it's looking too choked up together. So for every time I want to make a point, I just give that spacing. And then I move on to the next thing that I want to say. And then I say, I can say responding to emails. Remember, I'm only going to tailor what I can do to what he requires. I can say I'm responding to emails. I know it is an Upwork. It's an e-commerce company. So I can say I'm responding to emails. Let me think of a word. Attending, okay. Attending to social, or rather I would say deploying customers via social media, via your social media, and assisting customers in any way I can. Are tasks I love to take on. And then I can proceed to say, I am quite experienced in the use of, he mentioned a particular software there. He mentioned this guy, and he mentioned this guy. Those are the two I can see. He has not mentioned any other thing. So I can say, Georgia's, remember, watched the YouTube video. So I'm somewhat confident that I can go through that is, I'm like, even if he's going to have an interview session, I can definitely, go through it. That's why I can say I'm quite experienced in the use of Georgia's and Shopify. Yeah. And I'm very open to learning new tools. Okay, there's someone's okay, I think it's muted now. So I'm quite experienced in the use of Georgia's and Shopify, and I'm very open to learning new tools. Now, this tells him that even though you know how to use these tools, any other thing he's willing to do, you are willing to learn, because maybe in the future, as time goes on, and because of tasks that they may take and to want to make their job easier, they may come up with new softwares. So you are indirectly telling him that in the future, even if there are any tools you may want to do, I am someone that is willing to learn. So I'm willing to learn if there are any new tools that comes up in the future. And then I can say, I have a good office space. Remember, they know you're working from home, so you can just say, I have a good office space in my home. My internet connection is top notch, and I'm very much available to you, by the way. And then I just proceed with saying, want to move forward, me, have a question, kindly send me a message and I'll respond as soon as possible. Okay, that's wrong spreading. And then I can just say thank you. I'll put from guys. That's it. So I'll just go ahead and take my time. Sure. I don't know why that is not coming up there. Can you send a message and respond as soon as possible? Any other error, connection? Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm like, when I'm typing this, I want to make sure that even though I'm trying to respond to this client uniquely, because each client is unique, I don't want to take so much time doing it. Though it's something that you get to master with time. But then, if I'm done with it and I feel, okay, there's something, replying customers, replying to customers, okay. And then if I'm done with this now and I feel, okay, I'm done, I want to take one more time, go through this again and see if there's any other thing I can capture. So I go up again and I'm saying, okay, customer has to be, I'm like dependable, okay, it's willing to handle requirement, I'm like inquiries via email and answering comments. I've talked about that. And like they say, they will launch in 2 months, something, and they will need an hour of your daily commitment. You've already told them that you are willing to start immediately. Yeah. And you are very much available to begin right away, even if it's 1 hour, even if it's 2 hours, even if it's 30 minutes, you are available to start right away, no matter the time. Then they say you address customers with professionalism. Like you've told them that you already experienced assisting customers with shipping updates, refunds, and returns. Now I have to include this part in it. Definitely. I can now come here. Because I may not want to use the exact English they wrote, shipping updates, refunds, and returns. I'll look for where to place this, and I can say, yes, it's somewhere here. Responding to emails, replying to customers via your social media handles. I can say, I can say customer order assistance, which takes care of this. Which takes care of all this. Because yes, you're assisting them with updates, refunds, and returns. You're actually doing this. So you can say, I'm like customer order because it's order. I'm like, if you're shipping, it's an order. If you're assisting them, yeah, I'm like returns. It all has to do with the order a customer has placed. So I can now generalize this and say, I'm like customer order assistant. I'm assisting customers in any way I can. These are tasks I love to take on. I'm quite experienced in this and this because I've watched on YouTube and I have. Now you're telling them you have a good office space in your home. I can now add. Can say free form. Remember, they know they can see your country. They know that you are in Nigeria. And sometimes, even though they know, okay, yes, you have a good office in your home, they don't know about the internet connection. Some of them may have an idea, okay, maybe it's good, it's not so good, or it's not as good as the one they have in Holland. But then you are clarifying this and saying your internet connection is top notch. So if you say this, it means that starting from the interview process, it would not be nice when you're trying to connect to them via Zoom or via Google Meet and the internet is crappy. That alone would actually show, yes, I know it is beyond your power, but then I'm always good to have like multiple. Oh, and if for instance, maybe you use maybe Glo or Airtel or something, you have Airtel like standby, so that if anyone is messing up, you can always switch to another one. I don't think all of them will be messing up all at the same time. Well, maybe, I don't know, but then hopefully it doesn't happen. Now, you saying this, you're trying to say that, yes, your internet connection is good and you're available to start right now. So they should not even waste time. As it is hot, they're willing to get right into it. And sometimes, like some of them may say, maybe because of previous experience they've had, they will say, please send a screenshot of how fast your internet connection is. Yes, and they want to see the upload speed and the download speed and compare it with that, with the one they have there. Of course, it won't be the same because theirs may be a bit faster, but they want it to get to a certain level. So if that is the case, then you now know that, I think some of them may say you should go to the site, maybe fast, I think it's fast.com or something. Not sure, to test for your internet speed. Yeah, I think it's this. So it will just, some may mention the sites that you should go, and then they'll tell you to screenshot the whole page so that they can actually see that you are doing this at this time, at the exact time they told you to do it, which is on the date, so that you're not giving them an old, like something that is quite old. So they'll tell you, okay, if they see 8 Mbps, okay, well, the internet speed is okay. So you screenshot this, and then you can attach it. Here it says you can drag and upload. You can now click on it, attach your screenshot, and then it will come up here. So if I was going to apply, this is what I would do most likely. Hi there, blah, blah, blah. Look no further here, responding. Remember, I'm not writing too much because it can be a turn off or something. They'll be like, oh, more. I've seen your profile already now. I'm like, it looks good. I just want you here to hit the nail on the head. And I just tell me that you can do this thing. And then if I ask for your internet connection, you upload it. If I ask for this, you put this. If I tell you, now there's something, and I have to mention this one. Please confirm that you can still hear me, guys, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, sir, we can.
Awesome. Okay, awesome. Now, there's something some clients do. They realize that what some people who are submitting proposals do is they just see that, this thing is a customer service job. They copy the template of the proposal they have and paste, okay, I'll take this as an example now. I'm going to open my file. Now, if it's like someone who has possibly seen this job and he just sees the top, he's looking for a customer service job. All they just do is they'll come to where they've already saved their proposal. They didn't even go through it. It may be that this customer is not even, doesn't even use Georgia's or Shopify. You just copy it. Yeah, copy and paste. And the client has nothing or has said nothing about this tool. Already, once the client sees this, they already know it's copy and paste. No need. I don't have to bother myself about it because I never mentioned this software. So there's no point going, yes, I know, I've gone through your profile, it's good, it's nice, it's okay. But I never mentioned this. Maybe I mentioned Zendesk. There's no place in this proposal that talks about Zendesk, which means you are already telling me this is the one you can use now. So you can't use the one I mentioned, Zendesk. So there's no point. Then another thing they do, I'm just saying this is because I've encountered a lot of these things. Then there's another thing they do to be sure that people who are applying for jobs actually read through everything they want. While in the middle of this, their write-up, now they can somewhere here that they can, and they may just write a small statement and say, please, at the beginning of your proposal, type the word XP to show that you read through this. Finish, that's what they write. In the beginning of your proposal, type the word XP to show that you read through this and you understand it. So if it's someone who didn't read through and just says, oh, I'm like fluent in English, this, you must know this, you didn't read this line. If you're coming to submit a proposal and you don't put something like maybe at the beginning, the XP here, immediately they just go through the proposal and see that this guy is not here. Remember, from here, they can already see that here there's no XP. There's no point even opening it in the first place. This is some of the tricks that these guys actually use to screen some people out. And they put it in a place where you may not really look at. So that's why it's important to take time and actually read through. Yes, you may be thinking, and while I'm reading, there are lots of people who are already submitting their proposals. So I want to be the first. What does it profit if you're the first to submit? You're at the top. Because as you submit, you're at the top, then and the last person who submits will be at the bottom. But there are ways they do it now, though. But what does it profit if you're at the top and then simple instruction as writing XP, which they purposely put in the middle? Now that XP is not put here. It means they won't even open the thing at all. So they'll just tell you, I'm the next person. So some actually put it there just to be sure that you actually took time to read through. It's not copy and paste, and it is exactly what they're looking for. Now, this one I wrote is, the first line is a bit catchy because I will not say, okay, but I'm just thinking from an employer's point of view. I would ask myself, why should I click on it? Okay, he's the best hand. What makes it the best hand? Click, I click, and I have to read through this. Oh, he's proficient in the use of judges, even though I know I'm not. But then I've watched a couple of videos and I think I can answer questions. Remember, I'll still be taught because there'll be an onboarding session. So I'll still be taught on the use of this course of this tool, which is tailored for their own business. So I know definitely I will still learn on the job. Oh, he said his experience in design is quite good. And he's even open to learning any new ones in the future. Good. He has a good office space in his home, free from disturbance. Okay, that's guy. His internet connection is good. So I won't even have to bother about the internet. And don't put anything about electricity because they don't understand what it means for them to take light. They have no idea. But yes, of course, sometimes there may be hurricanes, sometimes there may be bad weather. It can affect the internet, so they understand that. And then you have that willingness to start writing. They're saying, okay, this person is good to do. And then you are giving them a call to action. If you want to move forward, please drop me a message. I'll respond as soon as possible. So they know, oh, first I should click on it. I've read through, and they want to drop a message. Oh, he has told me to drop a message. Okay, hello there. I saw your proposal, and I would like to have a chat with you. Then the conversation starts from there, like that, up until maybe at the end of the day, even though they put this budget, but they are telling you, okay, could you do 9? They can now say, okay, maybe I can do 9 if it's good for you. Or they say, okay, it's fine, let's go with 10. Then you go with 10, and then the contract starts. Now, these are just a few of things that these guys are looking out for. It's funny, but some people do not follow some particular instructions that some people actually do. And clients don't want to read a whole lot. Well, some may want to read, but I'm looking at it from a client perspective. I have 50 proposals to read. Like I've screened out 20 out of the 50. I'm left with 30. The 30, I don't want to read something that is 2,000 words. I have time, I have to do other things. I've set like 20 minutes for this thing. I just want to come and look at a few guys. Oh, he's good to go, he's good to go, straight to the point. Okay, I pick my first 5, that's it. On to the next task they have to do. You know, so you want it to be concise, straight to the point, and you're actually following the rules, what they say. So this is how, if I was going to really apply for the job now, which I know I possibly don't want to apply for, but if I was going to apply for the job, this is what I would do. Maybe I may go with a lower rate, maybe I may go with a higher rate, don't know. Maybe I can go with 7, or maybe I can go with 15, don't know. I'm like, but then I want to stick in the middle and just say, okay, let me just stick in 9. 15,000 barrel. And just stick with 9. I'll be like, okay, that's fine. It's an average rate. At least my mind is 8. My profile says 8, and I'm just increasing it by $1. So 9, not bad. And then I just put it there. But I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes they may ask for, like I said earlier, please do an internet connection, and they will give you the site to actually do it. And they'll tell you screenshot the whole page. You screenshot the whole page and look at the internet connection. If it is not so good, then you may want to, if there's a 4G internet connection you want to go for, then you go for it, or something else somehow. But then they'll specify exactly what they want. Now, if I'm done writing all these, I've uploaded all the things I want to upload. Now, this part is optional. Remember, I'm done with this. I'm good. I've done it in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Although it should not take so much time. But with time you get it. If I'm done with this now and I want to submit, this is my submit button to send for 16 connects. Remember, I have 70, but then only this job is saying it's going to take 16. Now, this part that says boost your proposal is optional. You can decide not to go with them. You can decide to go with them. If I decide not to go with them, I'll just send straight. But this is what this place means. They are telling you to boost your proposal. Now, let's read what it says. It says bid for 1 of 4 boosted spaces at the top of the client proposal list. At the top. Now it says, how does this bidding work? You'll be charged for your bid if the client interacts with your proposal, or you're one of the top 4 bidders by the time the auction closes. So it means if the client clicks on your, remember, it comes like this. So if they click on it, you'll be charged for it because you went through this process. But if you didn't go through and you just clicked on this, there are no extra charges. It will just be for that 16. So it says, but if the client interacts with proposal, you are one of the top 4 bidders by the time the auction closes. You will be refunded your bid if you are outbid from the top 4 slots before the client interacts with the proposal. Basically, it means you get a refund of the number of connects you choose. If the people before you, that is, if you are not among the top 4 of people who bidded for the job through this space, you get refund. Now, this is what let me explain here for you. Now, there are 50 people on the list, 50 proposals from 50 different people who have sent. Each person is struggling to be the top. Maybe the top 5 or the top 3 or the top 2. Because obviously, if a client wants to go through, it is from the top they will see going down. I'm like, according to who first submitted. But then Upwork now created this thing and said, oh, if you want to occupy the first place, so at the very top position, that means you are the number one. If the client just comes, you are the first person they will see. You have to outbid this person. You know, and this person has already put 59 connects, of which normally is just 16. But now this person don't go, like he has lots of money, he has gotten so much connect. He really wants to get the job. He has put his own bid at 55. Now I have how many? I have 70 connects. Because if you add this one I want to do plus the one remaining, I'm like 70. If I say I want to bid now, I'll now do set a bid here. Even though I don't want to do that because I don't want to apply for the job. I'll now do, I'll set a bid and now say 60 or 56. And if I do that, and I set a bid, I'll now go to the very first place, which means this guy becomes the second. Which means if the client opens the proposal, I'm the very first person who's going to see the number one on the list. Now, this is just the way Upwork uses to just maybe make some extra money for themselves and all that. But then it shows that this is the top 4 people, even though they may not be the first people who apply and about this particular job. But because of the number of connects they have and they're willing to spend more, this person has automatically occupied the first place because he has bidded 55 connects. Now, remember, if you bid and you are not among the top 4, you get refunded the number of connects that you bidded. But if you are among the top 4, they'll definitely take it from you. So it shows that this person did it like 1 hour ago, this person did 1 hour ago, this person did almost 1 hour ago, or we can even put it at like, so all of them did at an hour ago. If someone comes and says, I'm putting 80 connects because they have lots of money, oh, well, they go to the top. But then the client will not see that like this person has 85 connects or 60 connects. This is what they will see. I'm like number 1, this. I'm like number 2, this. Number 3, this person. Number 4, this person. Because this person has paid their way to get to the top of the list of proposals that the client is going to see. If this person types rubbish, that's the problem. This person has typos. Well, it doesn't concern the client by saying they don't even know you did, did all this. So all they just know is that, okay, he's first on the list, I click on it. Or if they don't click on it and because they see typos, onto the next person. Oh, and this person is onto the next person, onto the next person. So if your own happens to be among the first, maybe you just did 16. Because remember, out of this top 4, every other person submitted 16. Because if you're not in the top 4, you'll be refunded. So every other person would have done 16. If you do your normal 16, send. And you're on the list, maybe from number 5 to number 50. And they go through yours and they see, oh, this, and I wouldn't you like to, I'm like be the best, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, I think I like this person. He mentioned that he's good in this and this, and that's what I'm looking for. And they're even open to learning new this thing. He or she has experience, working in customer service, roles, and they even say they're able to handle my social media handles. All well and good. I've checked the internet connection. It's quite good. Let me give this person a chance and let me see what he or she has, to offer. I may not eventually go with them, but let me see what, they can do. So that is how it works. It's not, well, quite a number of people know all these things, but some of them don't apply it because they rush to want to submit a proposal, probably via copy and paste, or they are just trying to type fast and get it done. But then, what's the point of typing or copying and pasting if the client sees an error on the first line and doesn't want to go with you? It means your 16 connect is gone. You just paid 16 out of your 70 or 16 out of your 100 for nothing. Because they just look at it, oh, if this person cannot type a simple word of English, or this person has typing, and what is typing, what gives me the assurance that if he's replying my customers via my social media handles, they would actually type effectively? There's absolutely no assurance that that would happen. So and they just tell themselves, okay, I've gone through it, I'm a capitalization, no errors, I'm good to go. Okay, they'll now say, they can now reply you via the same chat. Okay, I'm willing to have a chat with you. I'm like, are you available at so time? And like GMT or Central African time or California time or New Zealand time, Auckland time. You now say, okay, yes, I'm available. Sometimes it may be daytime for them there. For you here is night time. So you just say, yes, I'm willing to go. And then to do the interview session. And then another time you come early, you join the link. They ask you about maybe like Georgia's, or Shopify. You answer them. You are confident, and when you are speaking, you may not have used it, but at least you sound confident. So it already gives them that impression that you know what you're saying, even though they know that they will still teach you on the job because their own destiny is specified to what they do. So they just give you a chance. And that's what I actually did. Nothing different. I know I cannot know all the tools in the world, but of course I have like YouTube and I can go watch them there. And then I can eventually come and, do well or do averagely, and the employer just want to take a chance on me. So that's it for today's class. I know it's been a lot. Then this is what it is. Question time. Please ask me questions, guys. I'm here.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rafa.
You're welcome,
Okay,
sir.
so concerning can we get the copy of what you wrote right now? Maybe if we can paste on the group. And number two is, based on what you wrote, I would like to also, maybe if you can identify like how by putting maybe steps like number one, when you put I there, it means greetings. The next one, would you like to question? So you understand me, sir?
Okay, so like you want like kind of identification of how maybe like this first one is a greeting, like this one is the punchline, like this one is this that. Okay. I'll copy this and send to the group. Then
Okay.
yeah, I'll copy this and send to the group. Then I can while doing, let me even do that now so that I don't get carried away. Where's my WhatsApp?
So
Okay.
the question also is, even I'm thinking of this, that does crafting a compelling proposal still get someone the job? Because I'm not the only person that's crafting a compelling proposal.
Of course. Okay. There's a caveat I want to say now, and that is there is no proposal or there is no job you're going to apply for that you are 100% sure that you will get. There's none. And as I always know, and as I always tell some people, there's no assurance that you're going to get a job. Frankly speaking, there's absolutely no assurance. But you can increase your chances of employers looking at you because they are screening out other people who don't follow some basic rules. They are screening out people who did like copy and paste. They're screening out people who have typos, who are spelling a name with the first letter, like small letters. who are not paying attention to, like I mentioned, the XP case. They put something there. They said, I mentioned this in your proposal at the beginning or in the middle or at the end, depending on where they see. By the time they start screening these people out and you're left, the employer might just say, okay, this person's, this is short, it's not so long as the other ones. I want to go ahead with this person. Remember, they've gone through your profile, they've seen your video introduction. Of course, so many people, so many other people have their video introductions, have a nice write-up on their profile, have this, have that, have experience, have all these things. Sometimes some clients, remember, not all clients have so much cash as others. This thing that this person is saying, 5 to 15, yeah. So I may tell you 3 to 5, because that is how their pocket is. Because they know that, okay, maybe some of them already have this notion that, okay, this is how much I have. And so anybody who is going to take this, I'll most likely go for an entry-level person, because my budget is low. So you may see, I'm like 3 to 5. You may eventually go for 5, or you may go for $4. So they know these things, and some of them may just say, okay, because it's an entry level, this person doesn't really need to know it. But I just want to be sure that this person is willing to learn, knows what he or she is doing. I can't see any typos. Is willing to work in a team. Is dependable, and it's just straight to the point. So I may just want to give a chance on this person. I'll give you an experience with the job I have right now. I'm actually running 2 jobs right now. The first one I got, the person put out a listing there. Okay, we are looking for someone who has experience in crypto, who does this, who is a customer service rep, who has done this, that. Yes. Now, I've been involved in tech support, not customer service. All I just did was, okay, they are looking for someone who is good in Zendex, because obviously they use my Zendex. And I'm like someone who is knowledgeable about crypto, who will not start asking questions about some technologies and all those things. Yes, I have done crypto for quite a while, so at least the technology is not a new thing. All I did was to craft it out. 50 people applied for that position, because I can still remember last 2 years, the last year. Yeah, 50 people applied for that position. I just did my typing, just like as I did now, straight short to the point. I have experience in crypto. I do this. I'm a customer, even though I know that this tech support I've been doing. I've worked as a customer service, this, that. I know I'll be of good, this thing, I'm at your company, I'm at this, that. My internet connection is fantastic. I have, I am willing to start now, this, that. I did that, and I sent it. After I sent it, I think 2 days later, because she was not online for like 2 days. 2 days later, she replied my message and said, okay, I can't remember what she said, but I think she said like something like, okay, your proposal looks apt. I can see your internet connection is good. I can see that you have some knowledge about crypto. I would want to know more. So tell me when you are free, so that I can schedule a time in California time. I had to go look up, like California time to Nigerian time. And then I scheduled night time here is their daytime there. So I scheduled for 11 p.m. and I think it's around maybe 7 or 8 p.m. Maybe like around like midday. Yeah, I did that. And then she said, okay, all fine and good. Works with her. We scheduled. We got on the call. And then she said, have you used Amazon Zendex before? I haven't used, but I said, yes, I've used. And she started asking questions. And I tried my best to answer. Maybe I was not so confident, But then I was answering the question. And again, I had researched about their company prior to the interview. So I mentioned that in there too. So after I had done all this, she said, okay, all well and good, I'll give you feedback in a couple of days. I think 1 or 2 or 3 days went by, and then she sent me a contract to sign, which means I had been successful. And like I signed the contract, and I've been working from then since 2021 till date. So sometimes it may not really be you typing something lengthy. Some people just want to take a chance on you. But if they're going to take a chance on you, they don't want to be seeing these things I mentioned. I'm like, think like maybe errors or you complain about. If, for example, on the day I was doing the interview, I complained of internet connect. Maybe there was a rainfall. Luckily that day there was none. I have internet problems. It already sends a signal to her that, okay, even if this person is going to be working, they're going to be experiencing lots of internet connection. They have issues with internet connection there too. Maybe sometimes, maybe a few times, but not as much as maybe we may have here. So it may just be like, oh, this person, the first impression I'm getting is that they can't even connect to me for us to have this meeting that I want to have via Zoom because of internet connection. Am I sure that if I go ahead with this person, I will not get complaints every day? Or am I sure if I go ahead, I'm like with this person, I will not see typos? Or if they want to spell a customer's name, they're spelling it on the wrong way. And the customer is telling us, he's talking to us anyhow. Or we are losing customers. You know, some things like that. Sometimes these people just know, and they know that the rates they give, nobody in their country sometimes may take it because of the high cost of living there. But then if you bring that same 7 to 10, yeah, an hour is a lot. And if you're doing 40 hours a week, 30 hours a week, 20 hours a week, we know how that translates to looking at the current rates right now. So these are just some of the things that you may look at and tell yourself that, okay, I just want to do everything right to increase my chances of getting this. And then I'm not going to lie, I won't lie. The God factor is involved. I did pray for this matter because I need to pass. Like, of course, I know, yes, I definitely am learning this thing, but then I pray about these things like, oh, out of all the people that are there, let this person choose. And yeah, but so I will not say, oh, it's all by my power. No, this is like something that I did all the work I'm supposed to do, everything, tried, and I just put it in God's hands. I beg, now waiting I want this. And then I got the first one, I got the second one, and so far, and like so far so good. That's it. I've gotten some other ones, but then it start clashing. I don't want problems with some other ones, so I just tell myself, okay, I'll just stick with these two, and that's it. You know. So I hope that answers your question. Hello? Hello?
Sorry, sir, I'm with you, sir. My phone, I had to turn it again. Okay, so I got all your questions. I answer, sir. So my last question is well, on all customer service what do you call it? Jobs they are looking for. I realize that there's always an email marketing included. So what is your advice in that area? Because I realize that if you are working for people outside the country, which is especially US, United Kingdom, they always include email marketing. So what can you do in that area?
For email marketing, I don't really know much about that aspect, but from the way you just put it, I think it's just marketing to people via emails. And they could be warm people, they could be cold people. I'm like warm people in that they've already seen you or the company somewhere. So to talk to them would not be that difficult. So it just needs some bit of convincing and telling them that the solution you have is better than what they're currently using. And then they want to give it a trial. So you give them a trial, they try it out and they see the differences for themselves and they want to come on board, with the company you are doing the marketing for via email. That's what I think it is basically, even though I don't really know much about it. But it's not a bad area, but then the scope of this class is just I'm like customer support, chat, email, phone, and being an assistant virtually. Yeah.
Okay, sir. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Questions? Anybody else?
Yes, sir, I have a question. Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Okay, sir, please, I want to ask, how can you access the customers, the client's email?
Okay, you cannot, at the stage of submitting a proposal, access their email. You cannot, because remember, Upwork is the medium through which you are getting the customer. So if you get their email, it means you're not doing anything on Upwork anymore. And Upwork definitely wants to be involved. Do you get? Because they have to get their fee for connecting you to the employer. So if you have their email and you're messaging them directly, it means there is no use of this platform anymore. So if there's no use of this platform anymore, how do they get their 10% from each and every person who gets it? There's no way they can do that. So there is no way you will get a customer's email unless you have already been employed by them, which means you started a contract with them. So it is at that stage they brought you to the company so you can email them directly. Now that stage it has passed you just looking out, for a job. But if it's for the one-off you're trying to get from, there's absolutely no way you can get your email. There's no way you can get it. It just has to be through this interface, through the Upwork interface. So that's it.
Okay, sir, I don't think this is my question.
Okay, please,
I think this study, yes, my what I'm trying to ask is, for instance, you've gotten the job already. How can you access one of the work of a customer service, you reply email. So the email has to be the client email, right? That means the customer will have to have access to the client email for you to have replied on behalf of him.
Yes, there is something called an onboarding process, and that's if you have been accepted by them, they will onboard you, and the onboarding process includes taking you through all the tools they use. They will create a specialized email for you if you're going to be replying customers. So you have, say for example, you are working at digital consulting and your name is Kehinde. So it means your new email will be maybe kehinde@digitalconsulting.com. It is that email now you can now be using to either reply customers or reply your employer. If your employer is not convenient with that, they can now say, okay, since my customers want to interact with me, the employer, directly, and the employer can now give you access to their own specialized email and say, okay, these are the login details for my mail. For anybody who sends me a message and needs a reply, you need to maybe send me a message via WhatsApp or something, or any other medium they use. And then you can now use the employer's mail to send. But most likely, in most cases, they'll create a specialized email for you because you are now a staff of theirs. So they'll create a specialized email for you. So it is now that email you can now use to reply customers, send a report to the employer, or any other thing that you may want, or maybe if there are things that you know you cannot handle and you need a higher person in management to handle, you use your work email, which is the email they've created for you, specialized to your work, to send to maybe a higher authority, asking them how to solve this issue, or maybe if it's beyond what you can do, you can assign it to them. You know, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. But then if you
Yes, sir.
come into the picture, they will definitely create a specialized email for you so that for any email that goes out, they know who is sending it. If someone like Sandra comes, oh, like Sandra at Digital Consulting, that's your email. If someone like this person comes, like the person's name at this.com. So as long as you come into the company, they will create create a specialized email for you. And then you can be using that either to reply customers or to send reports to the employer. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions? We have gone past.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Connect. So does it mean this how we can't get any we can't have access to other job again, or how does it really work?
Could you take that question again, please?
The connect.
Yes.
Connect, available connect.
Okay.
So is it automatic, or how do we get it? And even the one that we have, how does it really work?
Okay. The way the connect works is that I think if you create a new profile, they'll give you maybe 10, 20 connects or something. I think, I'm not sure. I think they'll give you that number of connects. Like now I have 70. And then every month, I think they give you like maybe 20 or 10. I can't. But if you run out of connects, maybe like you've applied to maybe 5, 6 jobs or 10 jobs or 20 jobs, depending on the number of connects you have, and your connects balance now shows 0, you will need to buy.
Yeah, so
yes, you
how
need
do
to
we buy?
So if you want to buy, you just come to buy connects. Like as you can see, see the screen, right?
Okay, yes, sir, we can.
Yeah, so you can see I'm like buy connects. I'm like select the amount you want to buy. If you're buying 10, it's for 1.61, and you have a long list depending on how many. Buying 300.
We buy it with our dollar.
Yes, you buy it with your dollar, and like probably in your account or something. I'm like depending. There are some platforms where you can change your, I think your Naira, dollar, then that same platform will have like a virtual card or something. You cannot use that virtual card to purchase it. Yeah. So this is, these are the prices. What I usually do is to just get the first job somehow, no matter how low it is. So if I get the first one, so instead of maybe when, say for example, like I'm done with the job and the money has matured and the client has paid, and instead of withdrawing, or I can then use a portion of it, maybe to purchase connect. So maybe if I've done a work and I've gotten like maybe $50, for instance, instead of withdrawing the whole 50, I can then maybe use 9 out of the 60, purchase 60 connect. You get the logic?
Yes, sir.
But yes.
Okay, I'm listening to you.
Yes, I wanted to say the advantage is just to get to the top in the rate of as in the way you want the what's it called, for them to see your proposal. So that's the advantage, right? For the connect.
The advantage like for the connect is actually to apply to submit proposals for jobs.
Okay. Okay.
Then that one you talked about is maybe if you want to get to the top, it means you have to pay more connect, which, well, I don't do. but maybe there are people who just want their own to be at the top and they have maybe 1,000 connect. So they can spend it as they like. But then if you do a nice proposal, submit nicely, everything is on point, you may not really go through that. But this is just basically if you want to submit the proposals. So these are just the price range. So what I usually do, and that's why I even have 70s.
All right.
I won't take it all out. I'll just use a portion, maybe it's 10, 5, 60. As I keep doing job, I just keep buying because I know I may want to get more and more jobs along that. So that's it.
So thank you, sir. As per the price too, the one we stated in our profile is maybe 5. So that means one can charge as higher than that.
Yes, you can.
Over that. And it won't cost anything.
No, at all. Like you can put your price at any price. But then it has to be a bit considerate. Because if a client goes around and sees, the average price that people who are starting out is maybe 5 or 10, they may want to go and they have someone who has lots of reviews who is putting the same price as 10. Of course, they want to go with someone who already has lots of reviews, positive reviews from clients who have dropped my testimonials, and all that. But then 5 is not it's not a bad place. Is that you can even put it at 8 or 10, depending. What is most important is when you are submitting, you need to look at this. Do you get and adjust your distance to it? Yeah. It says that's between 5 and 15, and I say mine is 8.
Yeah. Okay, it has to be within the range.
You have to be within the range. Some will put, some will not put. If they don't put, you go with your own. If they put, which most likely they will put, you can then say, I don't want to be too low, I don't want to be too high, I stay in the middle. You get? So that's it.
And last,
I'm listening.
please, I could remember I asked a question as per data because in the steps, from what you read, that number one said one must provide the authentic data. So
yes.
I have a HNDI diploma, higher national diploma. So if I put the name of my school on the drop down for the certificate qualification, there is no HNDI, the certificate I have there. So what will happen?
Okay, if that is the case, then if there's not like HND, probably because these guys don't know what HND is. You can put it at BSc. And the thing is, I don't think anybody will come and verify the school you went to.
That's the so that it won't be as if one is fabricating
That's true. I get the point you're trying to say, but then nobody will, all they are interested in is, can you do the job? Yes, you can do it. I'm like, you are starting out. Are you confident enough that you can make it happen? Yes. Okay. I'm like, let's proceed. And that one is just to let them know that, okay, I think it's just for profile completion and it's just to show that, okay, you are not just in college, you actually attended the university. So it just kind of lets them know that, okay, they're actually talking to a university graduate and all that. It's not really that that cogent like that. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any questions before we call it tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, from what I can see, I see there is we have a lot of jobs to apply. So I'm wondering, is there any way to kind of filter the job so that it gives you the specific, instead of scrolling down, you can just see exactly what you want?
Yes, there is. Let me say this. you know that place where we are creating that we were choosing something like my email support, and we are choosing those keywords. You know, it is what would make the kind of jobs come out of the profile. Like I mean, like for example now, I'm like mine is I'm an expert e-commerce, I'm a customer service person. And like because I've said I'm a customer service person, every other thing that comes up under my list would be either related to e-commerce or customer service. Now, if that's the case, if you are not okay with this, now this is just the ones that have been that are there. Now there are more recent ones, which are the most recent ones. You know, this one posted 2 minutes ago from Morocco. So 2 minutes ago, you can see guys, 4 minutes ago, a lot and lots of them. So if that's like the case, then you can now say, okay, I'm not seeing what I want. I want to filter. I can now come and say customer service. Now you can see a whole lot. But then because I want everything that concerns me, I'm overall view, I choose the first one. And it brings up anything that has the keyword customer and service in it. It's coming up. It's coming up. So you can see they are showing me that this person has a part of their keywords as customer service 3 minutes ago. And by this person, you can see it's actually graying it out, all those places. Now, if that is the case, I can now say, I even want to filter because you mentioned the word filter. I now want to filter. Am I looking for entry level? We have 1,449. I'm like, am I looking for something in intermediate? That is either like this client wants an intermediate person or expert person. I can now tick. If I now say I'm looking for someone that pays maybe between 10 and 100, or between 5 and 10, I can set that here. If I'm looking for a job that just has a fixed price, I can get that here. If I'm looking for jobs that not so many people have applied, maybe just 5 to 10 or less than 5, I can filter that here, you know. And if I'm looking for clients who in the past have had like 1 to 9 hire, not who have hired or more, or I'm even looking like I want to tailor it to a particular location, Africa, Americas, I can do that here. Okay, I only want to see clients who are only in Canada. I choose it here. Oh, only in East Asia, only this, because I can see that this guy now is from Canada. So if that's the case, you can do a lot of filtering there, depending. Oh, I only want jobs that accept only 8 connects. Say for instance, now I choose this guy, it would run the filter. You can see all my connects to apply are 8 connects. I'll now start like this guy now. He says 8 connects. So I'm like, all those ones that say 16, you won't have to spend so much because you've already filtered that. You get? Can you hear me?
You, sir. I get you, sir.
Okay, so this is where you can do your filtering, depending on what you want. Okay.
Okay, sir. So what do you suggest we go for? Entry level or intermediate?
Yes, I think you can start with entry level.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. And then they can even see all the searches you've done here. All the filtering you've done. You've gone for entry level and you're going for only people that accept interconnect. So you see this guy is looking for entry level, as you can see it here. And you only spend 8 connect. So you can do your filtering like that, and then you get a lot more specific centric searches. So that's it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. We've come to the end of today's class. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Really
so we can start applying now.
Yes, if your profile is good to go, if your profile is good to go, of course you can. You can. You
Okay.
can. You take time. You take time to go through. You saw the stuff I sent on the group. That's the one I just created in this class. You would take time, go through that proposal I crafted. Then you would then see how it doesn't have to be word for word, of course. We know that already. You just take time and see how for any specific job you tailor it. You tailor it to that. But just make sure that your first line is, catchy, like on point. So that's it.
Thank you, sir.
Need to study.
Yes, yes, you definitely you need to study, and then you need to practice how to write this thing.
Practice. So
yeah.
So we still need more of that anyway, so you can still address that with us.
It's fine, no problem. I think as time goes on, I know that we still have.
I'm sure that okay.
Yes, I know that we still have a couple of classes to go.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So
yes, sir.
definitely, we can use those classes to look at, quite a lot. So that from time to time, you can be getting insights on how today's one I just did so, but for other ones we can take time and look at how we can do other ones because by the time you write maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, you would have gotten that experience on, okay, at this point I need to put this, I need to put this, I've read everything, I need to do this, I need to, and then you can craft. Then if you've now crafted maybe like 2, 3, 4, you can then put them, this is just like a personal advice, and you can then put them maybe in a notepad or in one document, so that any other time you want to apply for a new one, you're not thinking of your head, like you already have a template, so you can now tailor it to what the person wants. You get it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much, sir.
That brings us to the end of today's class.
All
right, guys.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
All right, good night, guys. Yeah, bye-bye.